As 1902 AD begins the last days, here are other notable highlights for this year. Sir Norman Lockyer's research on Stonehenge complete, measurements made in 1901, in his work titled Stonehenge and Other British Stone Monuments, wherein he relates that the monument was erected for astronomical purposes. In CHRONICON 1, it is shown that Stonehenge was repaired after 2239 BC, when ruined in the Great Flood, and again in 1687 BC global cataclysm, both caused by planet Phoenix. The hypogeum discovered on Malta, galleries and chambers of rock carved out of limestone dating from the 1687 BC Phoenix destruction. The Great Seal of the United States of America with the Phoenix is recast to look like an eagle. Manly P. Hall related that the image is a highly conventionalized phoenix, which is easily found when comparing it to the original seal. The US Census Bureau established to measure and keep records on the United States population, this being 144 years before the cataclysm in 2046 AD that depopulates North America. The Fuller Building in New York City is the world's first skyscraper at 21 stories. The Great Pyramid is 41 stories high. Fuller Building is one-of-a-kind architecture shaped like a triangle, like a wedge between Fifth Avenue and Broadway. In 138 years at the Phoenix Transit, the world's skyscrapers will be destroyed. Carrier in the United States invents air conditioning. England mourned the death of Queen Victoria, her reign long recognised as the height of British international power, her death emblematic of England's decline. George Hagopian, an Armenian, was taken up to the summit of Mount Ararat in Turkey, at a time when the ice cap was greatly diminished. He personally beheld the remains of a gigantic wooden ship constructed of vast timbers, so old they were virtually petrified. His descriptions matched the reports of others on the structure's colour, dimensions, architectural features and location, at over 12,000 feet elevation entombed in ice. It must be recalled that this was 4140 years after the flood, 414 times 10, when the Ark landed on Mount Ararat and stuck. Arthur James Balfour is made Prime Minister of Great Britain, on through 1905. His Jewish pedigree is kept secret. He was the force behind the Balfour Declaration that declared Jewish settlement rights in Palestine. Co-masonry begins in America, allowing women to join the order. Mrs. Anne Besant is the First Lady initiated into the Masons. In England in this year, the first co-masonry lodge is consecrated. The modernist movement among scholars originates this year, threatening the very foundations of the official church, as historians dug deep into Christian histories and exposed forgeries, falsified documents and many interpolations into secular writings from antiquity, committed by the church translators and copyists. Roman Catholic supremacy was threatened, and in response to the brilliant works of scholars bringing to light these fallacies, Pope Leo XIII created the Pontifical Biblical Commission to oversee the works of theological scholars, to make sure they did not stray from the teachings of the official church, papal censorship. 20,000 Irishmen in Phoenix Park, Dublin, demonstrated against the British government. Pepsi-Cola founded in the United States. The Aswan Dam in Egypt was completed after 4 years construction. City of Washington, D.C. planned out and capital scheme reworked, employing Mason designs. On October 28th at 3:05 a.m., sailors aboard the SS Fort Salisbury in the Gulf of Guinea in the South Atlantic observed a dark, apparently scaled object, about 600 feet long, positioned several hundred feet away from their vessel. The long object slowly descended into the water and submerged in the ocean. Descending quietly from the sky, it disturbed the water strangely upon contact. It had a light at each end. The SS Bannockburn vanished in November 1902 on Lake Superior, after departing Port Arthur, Ontario, with a cargo of 85,000 bushels of wheat. The steamer Algonquin spotted her, and the captain noted it, telling his mates to have a look at the majestic cargo ship. But a moment later it was reported that the Bannockburn was not there. It had vanished. The men of the Algonquin noted that she could not have sunk that fast nor moved away. Later that night, a storm rolled over Lake Superior and the SS Huronica reported strange lights over the lake. These lights seen also from the beaches of Rossport and Schreiber. A massive search was conducted for the Bannockburn, with tugboats combing the lake. Captain George Woods and his 22 men disappeared without a trace. Scientific surveys probed Lake Superior in 1976 and again in 2002, but the vessel is not in Lake Superior. November 21 has vanished without a trace. In 1994, members of the Italian National Library in Rome discovered buried in the archives a formerly unknown and unpublished manuscript, fully illustrated with paintings and text by the prophet Nostradamus. After studying the prophecies, Roman researcher and Nostradamus expert Ottavio Cesare Ramotti published in his book, Nostradamus, the Lost Manuscript, that the following passage of Nostradamus refers to the year 1903 AD. Quote, "Many will die before the phoenix dies, until 670 his dwelling shall endure." Unquote. As shown in Nostradamus and the Planets of Apocalypse, and When the Sun Darkens, both by this author, this date referred to by the French prophet of Jewish ancestry was 1902 AD. 1. Cataclysm. 3. The Antediluvian World. Great Disasters. 4. William Dankenbrink, Prophecy Flash Volume 21. 5. The Poison King. 6. Journeys to the Mythical Past. 7. Technology of the Gods. 9. Charles, Book of Enoch. 10. Enoch 1-2. 11. Ages in Chaos, Volume 1. 12. The Great Pyramids, Cortigiani. 13. The Secret Teachings of All Ages. 14. In Search of Noah's Ark. 15. Freemasonry and its Ancient Mystic Rites. 16. The Jesus Papers. 17. 20th Century Events. 19. Invisible Residents. 20. Nostradamus, the Lost Manuscript.